All right, buckle up because today we're going deep into a world you'd probably navigate all the time, but maybe haven't given much thought to.
Oh, yeah.
American grocery stores. We've got this super interesting YouTube video, and it's from, get this, a Korean-American creator
Oh, wow.
living in Utah
Okay.
who breaks down this whole hierarchy of American grocery stores.
I'm intrigued already.
Yeah, it gets pretty wild.
Wild. How?
Think like comparing a trip to Walmart to riding Seoul Subway Line 1. Wild.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
That's a vivid image.
So what we're going to do today
Okay.
is unpack how this hierarchy, it's not just a funny ranking system, right?
Right.
It actually reveals a lot about American culture.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Spending habits, even aspirations.
Aspiration.
We're going beyond just like, oh, this store is better than this store.
Gotcha.
And really getting into the why.
The why. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start at the bottom. Those stores we all know,
Okay.
the Dollar Trees, Dollar Generals, those kinds of places.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
in the video, they're compared to Daiso in Korea,
Oh, interesting.
which I have to say, I love Daiso for all the fun little things.
Yeah, it's great.
But the creator points out this key difference.
Okay.
In America, it's less about the novelty and way more about just getting the absolute lowest price.
It's interesting how that reflects like a different kind of shopping mindset, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like in America, there's this economic reality for a lot of people where those dollar stores, they become essential.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding a good deal. It's about affording those basic necessities.
Which makes you think, right?
Yeah.
About that focus on disposability over quality.
Uh-huh.
Like, what are the long-term implications of that?
It's a big question for sure.
Yeah, food for thought.
Literally, in some cases.
Okay, so moving on.
Okay.
The creator, he lumps Big Lots and Kmart together, which I thought was interesting.
Those are kind of like
They're like these, yeah.
the fading giants.
Yeah, exactly.
Like relics of a bygone retail era.
And he does not hold back on the description.
Oh, really?
Dimly lit, outdated, even a little bit eerie.
Eerie. Okay.
Yeah, he literally says to put a filter over your eyes before going in.
Wow.
I chuckled at that, but
yeah.
it does make you think about how those retail landscapes change.
Yeah.
And some stores, they just don't quite keep up.
It's almost like they become these retail time capsules.
Right.
But speaking of change, we got to talk about the big one.
Oh, yeah.
Walmart.
You can't talk American grocery stores without talking Walmart?
The behemoth.
Okay, so two things.
Okay.
The sheer convenience of it
Yeah.
and those low, low prices,
You can't deny it.
they are undeniable draws.
And it's that accessibility that attracts such a wide range of people,
Yeah.
which I think contributes to the whole, that Walmart Circus vibe he talks about.
Oh, the people of Walmart.
Right.
Yeah, that's its own,
It's phenomenal.
but beyond just like the spectacle of it.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how Walmart, their focus on processed foods, which is probably driven by cost, it kind of plays into this bigger conversation about food access and socioeconomic factors, right?
Absolutely.
Like, it's not just about individual choices,
Right.
but the systems that shape those choices in the first place.
Exactly. It's a complex issue.
Okay, so things get a little less defined when we move into that kind of middle ground.
The middle ground. Okay.
With chains like Albertsons, Safeway, Vons.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The creator, he wasn't quite sure where to place them. He called them in-betweeners, which I kind of get.
Yeah, I see that.
They don't have that same, like, strong identity
Right.
as like a Walmart
Yeah.
or a Target.
They're kind of just there.
They're just kind of there.
Yeah.
And it could be regional, too.
Right, right.
Like, maybe they're different in different parts of the country.
It's possible.
What's interesting is he groups them with Kroger.
Okay.
And all of Kroger's, like, massive network of regional acquisitions,
Oh, wow.
like Ralph Smith, Fred Meyer.
Right, right.
And it creates this picture of this, like, almost generic mainstream grocery experience.
Interesting.
But his description of, like, a smelly, cheap design, I don't know.
Doesn't sound too enticing.
It doesn't make them sound super appealing, does it?
Not really.
It makes you wonder how they're staying relevant.
Yeah. In a world with so many other options.
Yeah, with all these other choices out there.
That's a key question, for sure.
But let's move on for now.
Okay.
To the land of, well, a very different experience.
Where are we going?
Target.
Oh, Target.
It's not just a store.
It's a destination.
It's an experience, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they have nailed that whole Target mom aesthetic
Mhm.
and that feeling of treating yourself but not breaking the bank.
Yeah, it's like affordable luxury.
It is.
It's very aspirational.
Yeah, and they're masters of it.
Absolutely.
Everything from the store design to the product selection, it's all very carefully crafted.
Targeted, you could say.
Very targeted to appeal to a certain demographic.
Often women, younger shoppers,
Yeah.
who appreciate that style and that curated experience.
And you can't forget about that Starbucks ritual.
Oh, right, the Starbucks inside.
Yeah, you grab a latte, you wander the aisle.
And suddenly your cart is full.
And you walk out with way more than you planned.
That's their strategy in action, isn't it?
It is. It's brilliant.
They create this environment that encourages those impulse purchases.
Yeah.
But of course, that curated experience, it comes at a cost, right?
It does.
Target's grocery prices, they're generally higher than, say, Walmart.
So it makes you wonder, is that higher price point part of creating that splurge feeling?
It's possible.
Like, are they intentionally positioning themselves as a step above Walmart?
Oh, interesting.
In terms of, like, image and experience.
That's a great question.
It speaks to the power of branding, right?
Absolutely.
Target's not just selling groceries.
They're selling a lifestyle.
They're selling a lifestyle.
A sense of belonging.
Okay, so from that carefully curated world of Target,
Okay.
let's jump to the bulk buying Hagans.
Oh, okay.
Costco and Sam's Club.
All right, the membership clubs.
These are the places where you stock up for, like, the apocalypse.
Or at least a very well-stocked pantry.
Right, but you're right, that membership fee,
Yeah.
it acts as a filter,
It does.
creating a different kind of clientele than you might find at, say, a Walmart.
It's like you're joining a club.
Yeah.
Community of super shoppers.
Yeah, and it's not just family stocking up either. You've got small business owners getting those bulk deals.
Exactly.
And you can see that shift just by looking at the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Fewer compact cars, more SUVs, maybe even a Sprinter van or two.
It's like grocery store anthropology.
It is, right.
You can tell a lot about a place by the cars in the parking lot.
All right, so now we're getting into the upper echelon.
Okay, the fancy stuff.
Yeah, the stores where you could practically smell the kale and kombucha in the air.
All right, I'm ready.
This is the tier A++ in our creators hierarchy.
Okay.
Trader Joe's, Sprouts, and farmers markets.
Okay, so the health-conscious, eco-minded crowd.
Yes, the land of folks who actually know what to do with that weird-looking vegetable.
I'm guilty of that.
Me too, me too.
Sometimes I just stick to the basics.
So this tier, it reflects this growing desire for organic, ethically sourced food.
Yeah, definitely.
And a move away from those massive supermarkets towards smaller, more specialized stores.
That makes sense.
Trader Joe's especially, they have nailed their branding.
Oh, they have.
Handwritten signs, those chatty cashiers,
Yeah.
that quirky charm that makes you feel like you're just shopping at a friend's house.
It's a very specific vibe.
And the parking lot,
What about it?
full of electric cars and those cute little compact vehicles.
It all adds to the image. It's like they're curating the entire experience from the products to the shoppers.
Yeah, it's all very intentional.
And while Sprouts and farmers markets might not have that same like cult following as Trader Joe's, they definitely share that focus on quality and sustainability.
Okay, we have reached the peak, the pinnacle, the place where people willingly pay $20 for a handful of organic peanuts.
Let me guess.
Whole food.
Whole Foods had to be
Tier S.
the holy grail.
The creator, he captures that sticker shock feeling perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
But he also acknowledges you can't deny the appeal.
What is it?
That luxurious atmosphere, the emphasis on health and wellness, the chance of spotting a celebrity in the organic produce
It's
aisle.
like an experience.
It's not just about the groceries anymore.
Hey.
It's about buying into a certain image.
A lifestyle.
A lifestyle.
Whole food has become synonymous with like affluence and discerning taste.
And if Whole Foods is S tier,
Okay.
then Erewhon, specifically in California, might just be S+.
Erewhon. Okay.
It's like Whole Foods on steroids.
Wow.
Even higher prices.
Really?
And a reputation for, like, attracting Hollywood's elite.
So it's like the ultimate status symbol grocery store.
It really is.
Wow.
But here's a twist.
Okay.
And this is where things get personal.
Right.
The creator, he actually prefers Vallarta supermarkets.
Vallarta.
Yeah, it's a chain of Mexican markets in California.
Oh,
He
interesting.
raves about their welcoming atmosphere, the affordable prices,
Okay.
their incredibly helpful staff.
So it's not about the fancy stuff for him.
Not at all.
It's about the feeling, the connection.
It's clearly a place that resonates with him on a much deeper level.
I love that.
And it's such a good reminder that grocery shopping,
Yeah.
it's not just about following a hierarchy
Right.
or chasing trends.
It's personal.
It's about finding those places that align with your values,
Mm.
your cultural background, your individual needs.
Exactly. It's about finding the right fit for you.
So we've climbed this grocery store ladder from the bargain bins to the organic havens.
Quite a journey.
But the real journey is just beginning.
Oh, absolutely.
Because what we've really uncovered is this map of American culture and consumerism.
And we're just getting started exploring its many layers.
There's so much more to unpack here.
I'm excited to dive deeper.
Me too, me too.
Let's do it.
All right, so stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive into the fascinating world of American grocery stores.
Can't wait.
We just explored this whole hierarchy of grocery stores.
Yeah, it's amazing how these stores, they're not just places to buy food.
Right, it's like they're almost cultural markers.
Exactly, reflecting different values and lifestyles.
And even anxieties, I think, about where we fit in.
Oh, absolutely, that sense of keeping up with the Joneses.
It makes you wonder, like, what assumptions do we make about people based on where they shop?
Yeah, it's like a whole unspoken language.
I loved how the creator even paid attention to the cars in the parking lots.
Oh, yeah, he noticed a difference.
Oh, yeah, from like beat-up sedans at dollar stores to those shiny SUVs at Costco.
It's a subtle thing, but it says a lot about economic differences.
It's almost like a real-time demographic study happening right there on the parking lot.
It makes you think, right, about how we judge people based on those visual cues.
And it all ties back to this idea that these stores are selling more than just groceries.
It's about the experience, the feeling.
Aspiration.
It's like with Target, they've nailed that affordable luxury vibe.
They make you feel good about spending money, even if it's just on a candle or a fixie soap.
And it works. People are willing to pay a premium for that association.
It's like buying into a tribe, a community of like-minded shoppers.
But beyond just image and aspiration, there's also this growing awareness of ethics and sustainability.
Oh, absolutely. And you can see that reflected in the grocery landscape.
Like on one end, you have those dollar stores where it's all about price.
Right, often at the expense of quality or ethical sourcing.
And then on the other end, you have Whole Foods and Trader Joe's catering to a more conscientious consumer.
Who's willing to pay extra for organic and ethically sourced products?
It's interesting how grocery shopping has become a way to align our spending with our values.
So let's be real, sometimes convenience just trumps everything else.
Especially in our busy lives, yeah.
And that's where places like Walmart really excel.
They offer that one-stop shop convenience with everything you could possibly need.
And it's super low prices?
It's that trade-off we often face, right? Affordability versus maybe those higher ideals.
But even within convenience, there are variations.
Oh, definitely. Like compare navigating a Walmart supercenter to a smaller Trader Joe's.
Oh my gosh, it's a completely different experience.
Trader Joe's might not have the same overwhelming selection.
But they offer this sense of efficiency and ease.
It's like they've streamlined the shopping experience.
You're not bombarded with a million choices, but the choices they do offer are really well curated.
Which brings up an interesting point about the psychology of choice.
What's that?
Too many options can actually lead to decision fatigue.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's like standing in the cereal aisle at Walmart versus browsing the limited selection at Trader Joe's.
Sometimes it's almost a relief to have fewer options.
Like having a trusted guide in this overwhelming world of groceries.
Okay, so we've talked about demographics, branding, ethics, even the psychology of choice.
It's amazing how much there is to consider.
But what really resonated with me was how the creator ended his video.
Oh yeah, he shared his personal preference for VR to supermarkets.
Yeah, and it wasn't about them fitting into a specific tier or having the best deals.
It was about the feeling, right?
Exactly, the welcoming atmosphere, the connection to his cultural background.
It was a reminder that these personal, emotional connections often drive our choices.
Absolutely. It's not just a transaction. It's a reflection of our lives, our families, our communities.
It's about those little rituals, those moments of connection we create in these spaces.
Whether it's the weekly Costco trip or the solo Trader Joe's run after work.
They become part of our routine, part of our lives.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm curious, what are your own grocery shopping habits?
What factors influence your choices? Price, convenience, ethics.
Maybe even just your mood on that particular day.
Think about those choices. Do they align with your values and aspirations?
Or are there areas where you might want to make a change?
And that's ultimately, grocery shopping is a reflection of ourselves and the world we want to create.
So we've been talking about this grocery store hierarchy.
Yeah, this whole idea of ranking stores.
And it's been super interesting, right?
Yeah, seeing how these stores reflect all these different things about American culture.
But I'm starting to wonder, maybe a strict hierarchy, like with tiers?
Yeah.
It's almost too limiting.
I think you might be right.
It's not that simple.
No, it's not.
Like, what if instead of tiers, we thought of grocery stores more as existing on, like, a spectrum?
A spectrum. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, a multi-dimensional map where price and quality, ethics, and the whole experience, it's all intersecting.
It's more nuanced that way.
Because it's not always so black and white.
Right.
Like someone like love those bulk deals at Costco.
Yeah.
But also really value, like, the unique finds at Trader Joe's.
Totally.
So their choices might just depend on their budget that week.
Makes sense.
Their needs.
Right.
Or even just like their mood.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
all about context.
And let's not forget the grocery landscape. It's always changing.
Oh, yeah, it's constantly evolving.
New players are emerging. Old ones are adapting.
Trying to keep up.
And consumer preferences, I mean, they're always shifting.
That's the nature of the game.
Like, think about the whole rise of online grocery delivery.
Oh, yeah.
And those meal kit services.
It's changing
A
everything.
whole new level of convenience.
And customization.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can get exactly what you want when you want it.
And then on the other hand, you've got this resurgence of local and regional grocery chains.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, those smaller players, they often cater to very specific, like, cultural tastes
Right.
and community needs.
So it's like a pushback against those big national brands.
It's like a counter movement, yeah.
Yeah, bringing back that sense of local flavor and
Yeah.
community connection.
So maybe the next time you're at your usual grocery store,
Okay.
try to see it with fresh eyes.
Fresh eyes. All right.
Look beyond just, like, the products and the prices.
Yeah.
And think about what the store's overall vibe is telling you.
The vibe. Okay.
Like, what does it say about the people who shop there? Their values, the experience they're seeking?
It's like a cultural study.
It really is.
You can learn a lot just by observing.
Because even in something as, seemingly mundane as grocery shopping,
Yeah.
there are all these layers of cultural meaning and social significance.
It's a microcosm of the American experience.
It really is, right?
You've got all these different people.
All those different choices and preferences.
It's fascinating.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of American grocery stores,
Okay.
I think the biggest takeaway is that there's no one right way to shop.
I agree.
It's about finding what aligns with your own values, your budget, your lifestyle,
And your needs at that moment.
and being open to exploring new options.
Absolutely.
Supporting businesses that resonate with you.
That's what it's all about.
Because at the end of the day, grocery shopping, it's more than just a transaction
It's a reflection of who we are.
and the world we want to create.
That's a great way to put it.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating and often overlooked
Yeah.
world of American grocery stores.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope this has sparked some new insights.
And maybe even inspired you to rethink your own shopping habits.
And if you have any thoughts about your own grocery store adventures,
Yeah, we want to hear them.
share your stories with us on social media.
Let's keep this conversation going.
Until next time, happy shopping, everyone.